Welcome back to Dr. Josefina's Way, and I'm Laura Guttridge. Today we are talking about life's lessons that successful people always keep in mind.
Like you.
I try. I was going through all of them, and I feel like I, probably paid attention, or adhered to most of them. But some of them, I slack in. And one of them is the slow and steady. I feel sometimes like I am just spinning my wheels, and whenever I have those days where I feel like I'm spinning my wheels and not getting anything done, it's terrible. But I think when you slow down, you can focus on things a little bit better.
Well, and you just say a point that when you feel rushing all over the place, you feel that you're accomplishing nothing.
It's true.
Isn't that amazing that you feel it?
You do feel it.
You feel it, so when you feel it, you stop it.
Yes, you got to say, okay, take a step back and, analyze it. And you have to realize, what's that, the tortoise and the hare, that old children's tale, the hare was going so fast and was making fun of the tortoise, and the tortoise was just like, oh, he just kept on keeping on, and he ended up winning the race. So
exactly, persistence.
Yes,
it's not
persistence.
Absolutely.
Conquer your fears, and you say that it's the fear of failure rather than the lack of ability that usually is what stops us. And I think a lot of people, the reason they probably have that fear is they worry too much about what people are thinking, right?
Exactly.
That's why you'd say, don't worry about what people are thinking.
Exactly.
Because they're all usually, even your friends sometimes, you in their heart sometimes I feel like they want to see you fail. It's like a human nature almost with some people, and it's a sad fact.
Absolutely.
So you have to be aware of those things.
Exactly.
And you like you said, you can't let it get under your skin.
Because you can't control what they're thinking.
No.
You have no control over what anybody thinks about you. So if you have no control over it, why would you allow that to affect you emotionally?
Right.
Because you get stressed out, you feel like nothing, it ruins your day.
Right.
And people go through all this. No, there's nothing you can do about it.
No, and they take away your confidence.
Absolutely.
And which is another thing that you mentioned, that it's always so important to be confident. And when you are around people like that you feel want to see you fail, that makes you less confident.
Absolutely. But what would you do in that case, though? When you're around people who have this kind of thinking that they want you to fail, they don't want you to be successful. How do you respond to that?
Personally, it makes me want to be more successful.
Absolutely.
It's whenever someone tries to put you down, you want to get yourself back up again.
Exactly.
You're like, no one's going to get me down. And so, but not everyone handles it that way. Some people get insecure about things like that, and it makes them retreat and go into a shell.
Exactly. And that's why we do the show, to encourage people that you don't have to pay attention to what anybody says, because what they're saying is just their opinion.
Right. Yeah. When my husband decided he was going to go to law school, everyone, no, don't do that. There's too many lawyers. That's not a good decision. You can waste your time.
Yeah.
You got to focus on what the things are that you want to do.
Exactly.
And you also mentioned about learning from others instead of trying to climb over people. Learn from them.
Exactly.
And I thought that was really good, because we have to learn from people. We don't know everything.
Absolutely.
I got this quote from Socrates, and his quote is, "True wisdom is knowing you know nothing."
Exactly.
And that is true, because if you think you know everything, you're never going to learn anything.
Absolutely.
Because you think you're, already.
You know it all.
Right.
And then you become arrogant. And then the arrogance keeps you away from people, because people aren't going to be around you.
That's true. Nobody wants to be around someone who's Mr. Know-it-all.
Absolutely.
And we have to be willing to be self-deprecating and, recognize our own flaws.
Exactly. Sense of humility.
Yes. Surround yourself with positive people, people who make you feel worthless and anxious, as those that we were talking about. They're just wasting your time.
And let's talk a little bit about that, because I think that happens a lot with people, that they think that they have to tolerate to be surrounded by people who putting you down. That's not allowed. That's not negotiable. That's
Right.
non-negotiable.
Yeah, that's not a normal thing.
That's not a normal thing. Don't think that's normal. That
No, it's
whether
not.
it's your parents or your friends or your husband or your wife, that is not allowed. You have a sense of worthiness. You have a worth that is beyond anybody's opinion or anybody's thinking. But you gotta believe in that. You gotta own it. You have to claim it. You have to feel that way. And the only person who can work on that is you, right?
That's correct. You have to stay, on that path of thinking that way.
Yeah.
And this other lesson that you mentioned is stop comparing yourself to other people.
Excellent.
And I think that's an excellent point to bring up, because that's their lives, and even if you were to step into somebody else's life, it's not your life. You wouldn't be happy.
Exactly.
We have to create our own life.
It's like we are in this you guys can see in this beautiful environment that we are right now. This is your home. This is a benchmark for your success, not my success, not Justo's success, not anybody's success. This is what you guys have achieved because this is the thing that you guys wanted. This is your success. So people who will criticize, condemn, and complain, and oh my God, look at the garbage or whatever, that's your problem, baby.
Yeah.
Get a life.
Everyone has to have their own life. And like you talked about,
and be happy for you.
Right,
I
right.
mean, girl, look at this, because you have this beautiful home. We can tape our show in this beautiful. Look at this. Look at
Yes.
this.
This is good for you.
Oh my God, the sunlight, everything.
Oh, and it's just beautiful
It's
out
gorgeous.
here tonight.
Can you pan, Rusto? Can you get panning? See, they can see a little bit of the background.
It really
and
is.
It's gorgeous.
It's lots of beautiful
Really
green
beautiful
trees,
nature.
lots of nature.
Yes.
We got the jungle trail just up the road, and it's a haven for wildlife.
Yes. So this is your paradise
Oh, it is.
because you love animals. You
It's
protect
perfect
them,
for me.
And you are. How lucky can you get, bitch?
I know. You got that right. I am a lucky bitch.
I love you.
I love you. But I take my dogs. We have a golf cart, and we take them down to the jungle trail. And our old house, my Dalmatian Terrier mix used to love to run in the property, and he can't do that really here. So I take him down the jungle trail, and I let him jump off the golf cart, and he chases after it.
And you have a ball.
He does, and it's such a good, relief of tension to go out there, because it's got the wildlife conservation area, so we walk out there, and it's very peaceful.
Yes, yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, and that's one of the techniques to release the stress, to be in touch with nature.
Yes.
To be outdoors, and immediately you feel a sense of relief. It's awesome.
Yes, and that, we have the water in the background. It's one of those, nature sounds, the
Yes.
birds and the water.
Yes.
It's good for our soul.
Absolutely.
You talk about being a trailblazer.
Yes.
Are
you one? I am.
I think. Oh yeah.
I love
think I
doing
am.
things differently.
Well, you certainly, and then your whole way that you came to the United States, you were a trailblazer, because that was a very, it was very, a challenging thing to do.
Yes.
To get here.
Those years, 40 years ago.
Yes.
Right now, probably it's normal. Like everybody does it.
Okay.
But then, when you look back 40 years ago and come here and do it the way, but I always like that. I don't like following the crowd. I like the different way, the different route, the different thing, the challenging thing.
And I think that people that like to take those different routes, it's an innate feeling in them.
Yes, it is.
Because some people, they just want to follow, and take the easy path.
Make sure.
Yes, because they are afraid of risk.
Yes.
Because there are risks when you go down the path that's unbeaten. Because there's a reason why it's unbeaten, is because not many people go down there. So,
but it's more fun.
It is. It certainly is. And I like this one. Do what you love, because that is what really matters. That we're happy with what we do.
Yes.
Because you could have all the riches in the world, and if you're miserable,
exactly,
what good is it? You're better off. I think a perfect example really is a school teacher.
Yes.
I think they love what they do, but you're not going to get rich being a school teacher.
Exactly.
And they know that going in it, but they love their jobs.
Exactly.
And I think they're happy teaching and being around their young students, and it's a rewarding job. So I guess the point is, it's not always how much money a job pays.
Exactly. It's what you love doing. You know, like you spend hours and hours doing something that you love, and the time doesn't. Wow, you look at the time. Oh my God! It's like
Yes.
you know, the day went by, and
Yes.
because you so engaged with what you love to do. It's just. I think it's the best way to live your life.
Well, yes, because you got to figure we're spending probably 8 to 10 hours at work between
Exactly.
traveling and everything. That's a huge segment of our lives.
Absolutely.
So when you look at it in those terms, we don't have an infinite life. There is a cutoff and
Yes.
a time span. Although it does seem sometimes like we're going to live forever, doesn't it? I know you probably feel
Not
that way.
me. Not me. I'm going. In that case, I'm going like a 100 miles an hour. I mean, you know why? Because I think time flies so quickly.
It does.
For me right now. And then I'm doing as many competition as I can do. I can embrace everything that I can embrace, because in one moment you will be gone. You know, and it seems like forever, but it's gonna be snap.
Yes.
Like I was talking to our friend Elizabeth.
Yes.
And she was telling me yesterday that her mother was healthy, like you and I, exercising, diet, vegetarian, never touch meat, great. Well, and then she started having a pain on the side, test, I went to the doctor, nothing, maybe a muscle, you put the muscle, blah, blah, blah. 7 months later, she died. Lung cancer.
How
never
old?
smoked.
How old?
70 years old.
70.
70 years old. But 70 right now is like
Yeah.
40.
We could live to be 100.
Exactly. So it's like a 40. But I was like, wow.
I always wondered about lung cancer, people getting lung cancer when they don't smoke. It's got to
Exactly.
be secondhand smoke,
Yeah.
or, because back, 50 years ago when she was 20, I mean, they
Yeah.
didn't even, I remember my dad in the car with us smoking with all the windows up.
Wow.
I mean, you're just breathing
Yeah.
smoke. But
Yeah.
it wasn't his fault. He didn't know. He didn't
Exactly.
know it was even bad for him.
But he stopped.
He did stop. He
Yeah.
did stop. But, you never know. That's
You never know. So that's why, because we never know, we have to embrace the moment, seize the day.
Yes.
Don't take anything for granted. How much time do we have, baby? We can talk forever.
2 more minutes.
2 more minutes. So
Okay,
really-
how about taking time to recharge?
oh my
I know you probably take advantage of this.
That's my favorite.
I'm sure it is. A little meditating. My daughter's into yoga now, and I think it's the cutest thing. And that's her little Zen time.
Oh yes, that is sacred for me. I mean, it's just like a day or 2 days or whatever my body needs. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I cannot move on without.
Because
it.
if you don't do that, what is life really all about? If you don't take those special moments to relax and think
Exactly.
and recharge.
Absolutely. Reflect, and then now you did this, and now you can do it better. How can I improve this in myself? How can I do that thing better? How can I do my job better? So it's just beautiful. I love it.
Oh yeah, because
So how many times do you take recharging time? You don't.
not often enough, Josefina. I almost have to be forced into it.
I want you guys to send her email telling her to stop. to
Yeah, I
take a
need to
break.
chill. I need
Chill.
to
Okay. Yes, especially with this beautiful.
I know.
Is it worse now with the house because you have to?
Yes, because I do all my own cleaning.
You like to do your
and
own.
I'm not doing all my gardening like I used to in the other house because
Right.
it's impossible here. So I do have some help, but this is a big house to have to clean.
Yes.
And my
yeah.
husband has no mercy for me. He thinks, oh well, everyone should work. So he does. When he's at work, he wants me to be working too. So that's okay. It's
Yes.
worth it.
I like working here too. But this how I work all day.
But it's kind of hard, the dusting and
Yeah, well, one day we're gonna give you a tour of the house. So
Yes.
you have a clue of
It's
how
quite
huge.
something. It is
It's huge.
It is
So
huge.
yes, she has a job cleaning
Oh,
the
I
house.
do.
Keeping it up.
Cleaning the castle.
Yes.
That's what my daughter calls it.
Okay. Pow.
Are we out of here?
Pow. I love you guys. Yeah. Mwah.